Live. It's live? Yes.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, everyone. We are live today at Aster RV Hospital, and we are here to talk about how to protect your infant during this time of coronavirus. As you know, the previous week was infant immunization week, and we have got Dr. Harsha here, who is a consultant general pediatrics at our hospital. I would invite Doctor to speak a few words on the topic, and then we move forward with the question and answers. Doctor, yours.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. I am Dr. Harsha, heading the Department of Pediatrics at RB Aster. Okay. See, today the topic is coronavirus, immunity in children. Okay. See, this coronavirus, I think as a parent, it will be pestering your mind how to protect the children. Okay. So this is the type of coronavirus is the type of SARS coronavirus is the type of RNA virus which usually infects adult people, but no doubt children are also can be infected, but children are more protected because as children they don't go out like adults, so the rate of infection is much lower comparative to adults. Understand? That is the only thing difference. And no doubt the children are more protected because they have good immunity and they don't have comorbid factors like hypertension, diabetes or cancer or whatever it is, like renal dysfunction or anything. So the children are more protected and they have good immunity to resist the disease. Okay.
Thank you, Doctor. So I will begin with my questions and answers.
Okay.
So the first question is the basic question. Can children be infected with coronavirus?
Yes, definitely. It can be infected. Infection can happen in the children. So usually infection happens due to exposure to some other person who are already infected through physical contact, through droplet infection, who has already infection. So it can transmit to children. But thing is, in children and adults, there are two types. In adults, usually it causes pneumonia. In children, it causes usually upper respiratory symptoms like cold, cough, throat pain like that. So the difference is, adults they have pneumonia type features, and in children it is like rhinorrhea, it is like cold, cough and throat pain. That's the only difference. Otherwise, all the things are same.
Okay, so the next question is similar to this, sir. How does the coronavirus affect children differently from how it affects adults?
Yeah, I already said the morbidity and mortality is less in children compared to adults because the comorbid factors is less in children compared to adults, and thing is their immune system is better than compared to adults. So the resistance is more in children compared to adults, and the other thing is the children's it will be more of upper respiratory tract symptoms, unlike in adults like pneumonia features. Pneumonia features, as you know, they'll have more of tachypnea, means fast hurried breathing. Desaturation means saturation of oxygen. If you keep a saturation probe in the finger, it shows low saturation. All these types. And cough, if you cough, there will be a lot of sputum. These are all pneumonic features. Whereas in children, it is more like running nose, throat pain, like that. So only difference is this. 2-3 differences are there. Good.
Okay, sir. So why do children infected with coronavirus fare better than adults?
Yeah, that's what. See, one theory is they have a good immune system to fight, and second is the comorbid factors are less in children, like hypertension, diabetes, cancer, immune suppression diseases, things. And other thing is usually coronavirus fits into ACE AC inhibitor sites. See, this AC acetylcholine sites are more in adult, whereas comparatively less in children. So this coronavirus fits into that site. So that it is more rampant in adults compared to children. These are two theories which is explained in detail.
Okay, sir. So that brings me to my next question. My next question is, can asymptomatic children or children with mild illness transmit the coronavirus to others?
Sure, definitely. They can transmit the disease like any other through droplet infection. So always you should be careful. If mild symptoms are there in this epidemic outbreak, like in this situation, like with this pandemic, definitely it will transmit the disease in from asymptomatic children patients to others also.
Okay, sir. So, I mean, is it affecting different age groups differently? Are the infants differently affected from, say, the teenagers? Is it, or is it affecting in a similar way?
Okay. See, the young children means toddlers or less than 3 years, 4 year children are more affected than 5 years, 6 years old children, because the immune system is well developed in 5 years, 6 years old children up to the teenage, up to 16 years. Whereas 1 year, 2 year child, the immune system is less developed and they are more prone for these infections. And the mortality and morbidity is more in small children.
Okay. One question specifically targeted at the new parents. Can COVID affect newborn children and how?
Sure, definitely it can affect. As we know, there are 2 case studies, one from Italy and one from China. Both mothers are positive, pregnant mothers are positive with coronavirus, and the young ones are also positive with coronavirus. Still the study is going on whether it is transplacental or after the delivery. But still we are waiting for the results.
Okay, sir. So you use 2 terms now, transplant and after the delivery. Can you just tell a little more about this?
Yeah, placental means in the womb, in vitro. So one baby is in uterus only, that time the infection happens. That is called transplacental transfer of the virus. After the delivery, what has happened is next. So both can happen. So both the mother is positive and both the kids, both the babies, newborn babies are positive. Still the study is going on, how the infection is happening. Still the results are yet to come, whether it is happened before the delivery or after the delivery. But 100% that infection has happened. So,
okay, sir. And could you tell us how the families can protect their children from being infected with the coronavirus?
Yeah, sure. You should protect the children. If you have any suspicious of any patient who has corona, you should make them physically distance. That is what you say, social distance. Maintain social distance, even in the kids also. Don't allow kids to play with any suspicious patient who is having corona positive, and make sure that kids should also wash the hands, should wear the mask, everything like this. So what all we do for adults should be done even in the children also. So that thereby you protect the kids.
Okay, sir. And what are the basic precautions? Now talking about protecting the kids, what are the basic precautions that can be taken to protect the kids?
Yeah. See, the basic precautions is nothing but wearing the mask and hand sanitizing and social distancing, mainly to social distancing. Minimum 2 meters of distance should be maintained. If you have a suspicious of corona positive patient or anything, elderly patient who is having chronic cough, who are having symptoms of corona like tachypnea, pneumonia symptoms. So all those is, you should make sure that the kid should not be physically nearby to the patient, so that the distance should be maintained, so that you can avoid avoid the droplet infection.
Okay, sir. So one question I'm very curious about
Mhm.
is there anything, any medicine or a vaccine that has been developed before coronavirus that may be useful for coronavirus positive kids, or people may give it to the kids in order for them to be protected against?
Absolutely no. Still, there is no vaccine which can protect coronavirus. So still, all the things are studies are going on. Still, we are waiting for the vaccine to be launched. Eagerly waiting.
Okay, sir. So thank you so much, sir. Is there something you would want to tell our audience in order to keep themselves safe and their children safe? You can please.
Yeah, please. See, what I want to tell is always kids, they don't listen to parents, very naughty. So make sure that kids should not go play around with the old people whom you are suspicious of corona disease, corona fever, or anything like that. To maintain the physical distance, and definitely once they come home, you make sure that they will wash hands properly, wash leg, and hand sanitization is very important. Make sure there is physical distance, social distancing is very important. So these are all things should be taken care of by the parents. Thank you.
Okay, so that is a wrap from our side. And thank you, doctor, for sharing valuable information and really informative nuggets on how to protect children from the COVID-19 infection. And we hope we have answered all your queries. In case you feel there are more questions that you have, Dr. Harsha is always there. You could drop in your comments and we would get Dr. Harsha's comments on the same. Thank you for joining the session. Until next time, this is Mayur taking leave. Thank you.
Thank you.